baby didn't deserve that. She was a sweet baby. She was sweet. She was a sweet baby. Why would you have an innocent baby? She didn't mean no harm at all.
Ky'meria Key'moni German was a 14-month-old toddler cherished by her family. Known fondly as Sweet Pea or Smiley, she was just starting to talk and had a bright personality. Her mother, Nikia Walker, recalled that Ky'meria loved the color pink and enjoyed eating her favorite foods. Ky'meria was a twin with a boy and had an older brother. The siblings shared a close bond. On the night of June 22, 2025, Ky'meria's mother left her children in the care of a trusted family babysitter, a cousin of hers. Unbeknownst to her, the babysitter's 25-year-old boyfriend, Derek Young, was also present and would be looking after the children that night. This decision would have devastating consequences soon after. On Monday morning, June 23, 2025, at approximately 9:15 a.m., the Tallahassee Police Department received an urgent call about a 1-year-old child who was not breathing at a residence in the 1700 block of Saxon Street. First responders rushed to the home in southwest Tallahassee and found baby Ky'meria unresponsive. They immediately performed CPR and other life-saving measures before quickly transporting the toddler to a local hospital. Sadly, despite their efforts, she was pronounced gone soon after. Derek Young, who had been caring for Ky'meria, was present at the scene when officers arrived and spoke with officers as the emergency unfolded. Initially, authorities treated the case as a sudden passing of a child and began a standard passing investigation. However, signs of foul play emerged almost immediately. Officers noted concerning bruises and trauma, prompting them to suspect that Ky'meria's passing was not natural. The following day, a medical examiner conducted a thorough autopsy on Ky'meria. The autopsy revealed alarming details about her injuries. She had suffered severe injuries, including multiple strikes to the head with a closed fist, that ultimately caused her passing. Examiners also discovered a fracture in her left femur or thigh bone, an acute break that would have been extremely painful and severely impacted her ability to crawl or move. As the investigation intensified, detectives pieced together what had happened in the hours leading up to the 911 call. They confirmed that Ky'meria's babysitter, her mother's cousin, had left for work the night before, leaving Derek Young in charge of the children overnight. Notably, Ky'meria's twin brother was in the same room during the incident. However, incredibly, he was found unharmed despite the viol that occurred to his sister. When first questioned on June 23rd, Derek denied having any involvement in Ky'meria's injuries or passing. However, once the autopsy results came back revealing a clear pattern of ab, police confronted him again. In a second interview soon after, faced with forensic evidence, Young's demeanor changed. According to the arrest report, the 25-year-old broke down in tears just moments before he began to confess what he had done. Young admitted to investigators that he had repeatedly punched the 1-year-old child while she was in his care. In fact, he went so far as to physically demonstrate to the interviewing officer how he inflicted the blows. He balled both of his hands into fists and indicated that he struck baby Ky'meria between 2 to 3 times on both sides of her face and head. Young claimed that he had not lost his temper or intended to seriously hurt the girl. When asked why he would hit an infant so viciously then, was it out of anger or frustration, he allegedly said no, insisting that he was just playing with her. According to Young's own statement, he had smoked green leaf just minutes before the assault, which he suggested affected his behavior. "When I smoke, I want to play," Young told the officers, as if implying that his idea of playing led to the horrific act. Detectives also pressed Young about the toddler's broken femur. In response, he allegedly admitted that he used a fist to strike her upon the thigh, effectively confessing to causing the leg fracture as well. Throughout this interrogation, Young maintained that he hadn't intended to end Ky'meria's life. Nonetheless, his description of play was nothing short of brutal physical act. The details in the probable cause affidavit were so disturbing that even seasoned officers were shaken. Within 24 hours and based on the evidence and his own admissions, Tallahassee police swiftly moved to arrest Derek Young on charges of fatality and aggravated child abuse. Young was booked into the Leon County Jail. The day after his arrest, he was scheduled to appear before a judge for his first court appearance. However, in the immediate aftermath, Young twice refused to appear in court when his initial hearings were called in late June. Observers noted that during this period, Young seemed distressed, possibly coming to the terms with the gravity of the situation.
We can reset Mr. Young for tomorrow morning and see if he would like to appear at that time.
Young failed to appear before a judge today, but he was appointed a public defender and a new appearance date for tomorrow morning.
Court documents claim when detectives asked if he would play with his own kids the same way, he said no.
When he finally appeared, a judge ordered that he be held without bond, given the severity of the charges and the risk factors involved. In the following weeks, prosecutors and a grand jury reviewed the case. By late July 2025, a Leon County grand jury formally indicted Derek Young on a charge of first-degree fatality. He was additionally indicted on the charge of aggravated child abuse, causing great bodily harm. On August 13, 2025, in a Leon County courtroom, Young's attorney pleaded not guilty on his behalf to the charges, meaning the case will proceed to trial. This not guilty plea came despite the fact that Young had allegedly confessed in detail to the crime during police interviews in June. Such a plea is not unusual in severe cases, as it allows the defense to contest evidence and requires prosecutors to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt in court. Thus far, there is no indication that Derek has changed his account of events, and no motive beyond his claim of just playing has ever been asserted. If convicted, Young faces the prospect of spending the rest of his life in prison. Meanwhile, Ky'meria's family and the Tallahassee community have been left to mourn a heartbreaking loss. At a vigil and memorial service, family members released pink balloons into the sky at Jack L. McLean Jr. Park. Loved ones shared stories of Ky'meria's short but joyful life, calling her a happy baby who could light up the room with a smile. Nikaya, Ky'meria's mother, has been outspoken in her grief and anger. On social media and in interviews, she expressed disbelief that someone entrusted to care for her child could do such a thing.
My baby didn't deserve that. She was a sweet baby. She was sweet. She was a sweet baby. Why would you harm an innocent baby? She didn't mean no harm at all.
Ky'meria's family is still coming to grips with what happened, though her mother said both sides of the family have been supportive. They plan to follow the criminal case closely.